Hey my friends, it is the one and only, the Let's Them Belle Mimi Navah, and you're watching the Let's Them Belle, the podcast that helps you flourish.
Soundstripe.
Today, for this episode, we will be focusing on putting ourselves last and how harmful that can be to ourselves and to our relationships. So, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons of why it's harmful. Number 1, you can lose track of the importance of self-care, meaning that if you don't take care of yourself the way you take care of other people, it's not going to work. I've always heard this: if you can't take care of yourself, what makes you think you take care of other people? Taking care of yourself is like pouring into this cup. You're pouring into it, you're investing in it. Well, how can you invest in other people if your cup is empty? How can you pour from an empty cup and give others what you've been giving yourself? Because when you connect with someone, it's supposed to be a counterpart type of relationship, platonically or romantically, to where you compliment that person. You don't complete, you compliment. Meaning that when you come to them or when they come to you, there should be nothing missing, or it should be something that you're working on. It shouldn't be anything like, oh, I got this and this and this and these dead bodies and hey. No, you should know who you are. You shouldn't seek any type of validation from them. Any validation you receive from any relationship you come in contact with is an add-on, not a placement holder. And 2, you might try to be someone else if you haven't already done it. So, some people, they'll just, stop taking care of themselves and things like that. Fine, but over time, it'll put some damage on. So, number 2 of, being someone else, that is a serious, the damage is quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it's just ugly. When you try to be someone else, that means that you are trying to seek outer confirmation from whatever source you can find. So this is a person that is not as confident as they should be. They have never really reached deep inside themselves and realized that a lot of the confirmation that they seek from others, they can give themselves. They haven't learned that concept yet or even grasped the surface of it to know that if I spend some time by myself, I might like being by myself, I might be with myself, I might realize some things that I like, and no one else can tell me different because I like them. And self-love is a very, very tricky thing. It's up and down. And maybe one day you're like, I don't like my hips, bro. I like my body, I love it, I'm here for it. Maybe some days you're just like, man, I don't like my body. But you know what though? I'm gonna love it tomorrow. It's an up and down relationship, but you don't give up. Giving up is just trying to be someone else. Giving up is just stop taking care of yourself, back to number 1. So also, when you try to be someone else, you also attract some crazy people. But that's in the latter half of the 3rd reason of why it's harmful is abuse. You will start to accept certain and different types of abuse that are not good for you, such as physical abuse, verbal abuse, and you might turn to alcohol and drugs as your friends, quote unquote. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, how can these things affect my relationships? Easy. I'm here for you. I got you. I know the questions y'all be asking me, and I'm just like, look, I already answered it. All right. So why forgetting about the importance of your own self-care? Like I said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you're not taking care of this vessel, you about to destroy every other vessel out here. Just destroy, obliterate, demolish. For why, you ask? Because the things you do to yourself, you're gonna do to other people. You invalidate your own feelings and your own thoughts, you're gonna do that to somebody else. You're gonna sit here and just feel like, I don't really support myself for real, so I don't see a reason why. I don't really tell people I love them. I don't really say I love you to myself. I don't really say I love you out loud. You're not gonna do that to nobody else. You're not gonna show love if you don't know what it feels like, and you don't know what it looks like. Showing love is an act that most people do. Most people that show love from the places of where they want it. Mind you, it's a quote that I saw. It was about women, but I really think this applies to humans in general. It was saying that a woman will treat you how she wants to be treated, but once she gets to know you, she'll treat you how you treat her. And I think that's just human interaction in general. Of course, men can be a little insy-binty tiny bit different, but I'm gonna just say in general for the human experience, and I've seen this happen for men and women. You know, people will get to meet you at first and they'll put out all this love and affection of how they want to be treated. Then of course, as knowing them, you know that you may be with someone else that their love languages are different, or their ways that they show love is different. So it may not fit your love languages and way you show love, vice versa, you know what I'm saying? So you learn that. You learn that pattern of that person. Now, if you've never learned that with yourself, how your love languages flow and how you flow, if you haven't even heard of the phrase love languages, you're lost already. And you know, if you don't know love yourself, and you don't know what you like and what you like to do, you're about to just do nothing. Completely nothing, because why should you? You don't know how to love. You don't know what really the concept of love is, and that roots back deeper to previous experiences that you haven't even touched base on. I know that it just like you see how it trickles down, like you see how it trickles down, and it just goes back to childhood. Because everything goes back to childhood. Tell me different. Everything goes back to childhood. If parents didn't show you love, then they didn't teach you how to love. And guess what you about to do? Go out here and just demolish everybody else. Because that's what you think, because you think that's what you're supposed to do. And it's not. It's not what you're supposed to do. Stop doing that. But as I'm done, I'm done whispering. I realized that, you know, yelling doesn't really get anywhere. So we just gonna whisper when it's some stuff that I really just wanna put an exclamation point beside. But I'ma just whisper because I ain't finna yell at y'all. I am not y'all. I'm your friend. So if you out here doing them things and you just like, yeah, stop it. First of all, take care of yourself. Learn what you like to do. And if you ever learn what you like and what you don't like, you're kind of lost. It's a circle. You find out what you like, find out what you don't like. Try to express the love that you gave to yourself to other people to see if they like it. And if they don't, y'all can with that. And then the third, well, I know circle with you, like the third thing. You fix it. And you learn something from that person. So the second one is learn. Meaning that after you don't learn something. So you've learned a new love language, or you've learned a new way to communicate. You may have been a person that always want to yell at people when it's time to get your point across. Whereas the person you're trying to be friends with, they don't like yelling. They whisper. Or sometimes they like to talk in a regular tone like this. And it's just like, okay, I get it. You learn that, you do it, and you might try it on yourself. Be like, you know what? I realized that I was yelling because this is how I was raised, this is how I was brought up. I actually don't like this no more. Break. Go back to yourself. That's all it is. You go to yourself, you know, just kind of have a little committee meeting. Try to see if that works with your friends, see if they like that, see if the homies rocking with it. See how they react. That's not how they react because everyone's raised different from you. Everybody ain't like you. And you kind of just like, all right, cool. That's not how you communicate. I'm not gonna communicate with you like that, but I know that's what I like. So bam, learn and observe. So go observe why we like that. Learn how that might be a problem, and just bam, back to us. That's all it is. That's all it is. You think any deeper than that, you make it any harder than that, it's not that hard. That's all it is. Just, it always comes back to you. It always comes back to you. Always does. There's a second reason of how being someone else can be harmful. Let's just say we can get some horrible friends. And when I say that, when you try to put on a facade of how you are and what you are, and all this BS, you might attract some people that see through that and see that you have the potential to be somebody great. They already have a vision of what the best version of you is, and they're gonna take that and be like, nah, we're gonna stop her from doing that. We're gonna make her a weapon against herself. We're gonna have her out here doing things out of character. We're really just gonna drain her. I don't feel good about myself, and neither do these folks, so we're gonna just kind of make her be where we're at, or make him or her be where we at, and just suffer with us. You try to do better, they're gonna be like, no, come back down here. Come back down here, we cool, this was cool over here. What you doing? That's lame. Don't do that anymore, that's lame. Have you thinking that the good things are lame, and the things that really ain't aligning with you is what's best for you, and that's just lies. I'm sorry, I had to yell at that one. Lies. Utter lies. Stop it. Stop it. I hate friends like that. I really do. How you gonna tell your friend that starting a business is lame because she ain't gonna have the money in the first 2 years? I'll punch you in your face. All right, but when she get that money years 5, 6, don't be asking for none of it. No, you cannot have $1. None of it. Can't have a penny either. Get on the ground and find one. Sorry, that's really just can't stand them friends. But also, when you pretend to be someone else, you get on this mission of
Soundstripe.
Out of confirmation. Out of confirmation. That's what fuels you. You're like, ooh, fish out today and be like,
Soundstripe.
my shoes. You find yourself with some people who always want to be there, I just stand up there. Like I said, I'm saying this.
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Inner confirmation. As a result, number 1 and 2, stop taking care of yourself. You're out here destroying everybody else. Because hurt people hurt people.
Soundstripe.
You're out here just, so you push your good friends, your friends that care about you, that, support you, and they do all the positive things, and they give you all this
Soundstripe.
greatness. And now,
Soundstripe. Soundstripe.
Really confront yourself every day, and it's never temporary. Never temporary. So before I conclude this episode, I'm gonna give you a little piece, a little snippet of something to leave you with, which is take care of yourself so you don't become a weapon against yourself and other people. Also, never put you in the hands of someone else, because it will always end bad every single time. Now, as I conclude this episode, I hope that this page from the Rulebook has helped you flourish in many ways. Stay flourishing, my friends.